Behind me is Dial-A-Cap's one and only, the Drum-Slayer Marc Turner.
Hello
Mark.
everybody, how are you?
Mark, good turnout here tonight.
I can't believe it. When I left Camley Street, there wasn't that many cabs, and I thought, well, the police would be alerted, would be here for about 20 minutes, then we'll be dispersed. Look at this. Still here, still here.
Okay, give me your view on why we've all turned out tonight.
Well, we're not happy with the enforcement situation. You were promised a lot and little was delivered. As always.
Not a phrase that sums you up.
That's right, that's right, that's right. I'm a taxi delivery service.
The thing is, it seems like, and especially at the moment, you could say their favoured working model, Uber, and let's not beat around the bush. There's been tremendous fallout, hasn't there, the last couple of weeks, in every area of their working model.
Definitely.
But we don't seem to have been able to capitalise. We don't seem to have been able to make traction.
I mean, I've described them in an article that comes out on April the 1st as a busted flush. I think Uber are a busted flush.
Yeah. Well, I think they are. But the thing is, we don't seem to be able to make ground.
No,
it seems like
because we've never had to before. So we have no experience in this. Every day's a school day. Yeah.
We are banging our heads on a brick wall when we're trying to get through to
right.
TfL. And when we do, when someone is able to challenge him face to face, he has his licence revoked.
That's right, that's right. And I think I mentioned that in an article called Death of Deference.
There's a tremendous amount of advertising here for call sign, Dial-A-Cap's call sign, I may add.
Yeah, finishing last edition, April the 1st, call sign. Been going since 1955, not as call sign, as a newsletter, but...
And have you been doing some articles? Have you had commission for it since 1955?
No, I've only been on it for about 18 months.
Right. And so, the way forward, what do you suggest we do about this? Because it does seem that we need to highlight this problem ourselves. It does seem that we need to take all this fallout into our own hands because TfL are not doing it.
But well, they don't know what to do. It's all new ground for them.
It is.
So it's new ground for us, it's new ground for them.
A little bit of regulation wouldn't go amiss, would it?
Be wonderful.
And what do you think about the English tests not being carried forward?
Depending on, well, I thought the English tests were. Well, I thought it was won by TfL. I know it's going to be appealed against.
Yes, I mean you might be right. It's been. It does seem like everything that's put forward. This is the one thing that they had going. Not that I particularly, think it's a great thing. I think they should regulate. It's not in place of regulation. I think they should regulate. But one thing that was put forward, and it seems to be sideswiped again, even by the GLA.
But what I don't understand is why wouldn't a considerate company like Uber want there to be a call centre for their customers? Why would they not want their drivers to have a high standard of English? And what was the other? There was three things on that particular.
Insurance, of course.
Insurance. Why would they not want their drivers to be insured 24/7.
Why
not?
The mind-boggling thing about that is, I don't even see insurance as being part of regulation. That is part of you being a liability.
Well, they're making it optional, aren't they?
Exactly, you have optional insurance. It's optional. Yeah, come out at tea time, I might give them a call.
Yeah, if I had optional insurance, I could work 2 hours less a day.
But when you have a company that does predatory pricing, discrimination because they don't meet the conditions of fitness and the driver does not meet the required standard to work on the on-demand market, you've got them taking investment from countries with gross human atrocity records, and we talk about they should be considerate when we're looking at barriers to entry like English tests. It's not going to happen.
It's an amazing situation that has befallen us. It is. But I think we are seeing the light at the end of the tunnel. I really do. I know it's not busy out there, but there are definitely more hands going up. There's more street house. There's more people coming back to black. Taxi app. Well, I've heard of taxi app. You'll have to fill me in about that.
Again, this is a game.
Well, you ought to do a taxi app.
Well, it's about the trade taking back the work. It's about reclaiming all the work that's been lost. It's about kind of re-establishing the trade again, putting it back into public consciousness, isn't it? Getting people to know what the knowledge is about, getting people to know what black cabs are about, because it's been lost. There's a generation been lost. We're out there. We're a valid industry, a vital industry, and a self-sufficient one, unlike the buses. Unlike the app-based services that are swamping the streets of London today.
And from what it sounds like to me, it's the drivers rolling up their sleeves and saying, we're going to do this ourselves.
We're going to do this ourselves, and we do. And everyone on Taxi App, they've got that mentality. They've got to say, right, if we want a trade-based app, we've got to take it back ourselves. We've got to put in to get out every time.
And they've done it. You know, people said it couldn't be done. You know, people sort of took the taxi trade for granted. They said, like, how can cab drivers develop an app? Well, they've done it.
Well,
it's what you tell me, it's up and running, and you've got work.
Yes, well, it's a little bit like cab drivers do it, well, because they know the game. Unlike the people who haven't been out in their cab for a long time and get a bit detached, drivers are out there, they're on Taxi App, they know that it's good for business. We need to get the message out there, the wider message. And also, the money. The other ones, the corporations, they get investment and they have to spend all that investment trying to secure more investment.
That's right.
Put it back into the cab trade. That's what we're doing.
That's right. And also, I've been told that the steering group on Taxi App, they take no remuneration whatsoever.
No, not at all.
Which is amazing.
We're on the bones of our arse, but we're incredibly good looking, and that's all that matters.
And I heard you running on you run on a shoestring, but you've done it. You've done it. You've had success on a shoestring.
Everybody's doing it for nothing. Doing it because of love for the trade and because they want to see the trade thrive. It's been forced. It's been forced back into people's minds. You've got people out there who don't know what taxis are. You had a woman come up to you, didn't you, and say, "How do I book one of you?" This is incredible.
I didn't know if she meant a cab or a Jew.
Well, both together. They're synonymous with each other, so it doesn't matter. They're synonymous with each other.
Well, you know, the cab trade was the chosen trade when the Jews came here as immigrants. They chose the cab trade. That's why there were so many Jewish people. No. So they could. So on Saturdays they could go to synagogue and go to shul and pray, and it suited their, religious schedule.
It did.
Doesn't suit mine.
It did.
I'd just like to say so. Now, weirdly enough, they're talking about the Jews. I done a job, a taxi guy job on Sunday. Picked up a Hasidic Jew.
Yes.
Anyway, it's Purim.
Yes.
They're all partying. All partying away. I was only a cab there. You know what they was using?
Go on.
Uber.
You're having me on.
I couldn't believe I'm picking up.
Don't tell me the driver was Jewish as well.
What's that? Well, it's odd, isn't it? You've got Muslims driving around, Jews, and I've never seen. That, it was unbelievable, and I just thought that's unreal. For such a Jewish.
But saying that, John, I'll never forget on a Christmas. I mean, this is one of the maybe New York, one of the few cities that on a Christmas day, a Jew driving his cab would be wished a Merry Christmas by a Muslim.
Yeah, that's right.
That's what I love about this city.
Well, and
vice versa.
They usually wave to each other on a Saturday when
Yeah.
Oh yes. Anyway, let's roll this.
If that's a wave, is it? Okay.
Anyway, here we go. I'm one down.
Oh, right, wind it up. Okay, this is Sean Paul Day for London Taxi Television. So look out for it, coming next week. But this is The flash demo at King's Cross is worked out incredibly well, considering it was all a nod and a wink. But nevertheless, there's a legitimate grievance here, and it needs to be addressed. Preferably, it would be addressed at root cause, and that's addressing the en masse saturation of the on-demand market, because that's what they're doing. They're plotting up, applying for hire, and it also constitutes a security risk. So there we have it. Next week, tune in. We've got something really special coming your way.